Hello and welcome to my championship preview of this weekend's fixtures. If you fancy having a go at predicting this weekend's fixtures yourself, there will be a comment in the comment section and also in the description of the game. So if you fancy having a go yourself, feel free. But after an amazing midweek round of fixtures, some massively goal-scoring games, a 5-5 at Villa Park, 3-2 at Ipswich as well. We get into this weekend's action, and it's going to be another huge weekend of action. Thank you so much for everyone who has tuned in, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So first up, we have a huge game at the top between Sheffield United, who will be playing at home to Bramall Lane, to Leeds. Leeds are currently in second place after 3 wins out of their last 4, as well as a draw before that. 2 wins on the bounce now for Leeds after that 4-1 defeat against West Brom just before the international break. Wins against Reading and Bristol City. 2 clean sheets as well. It's not been so much good form for Sheffield United. 2 draws and 1 win in their last 3 games. Also a defeat as well against Nottingham Forest. So 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat in their last 5 games, Sheffield United. Once again, this is a big game. They could go top if they had a comfortable win over Leeds. So a massive game for Sheffield United. As well as that, Leeds, they can also go top with a win or even a draw. If they draw the game, they will go top as they are kicking off before everyone else. However, I think this one will be a very interesting game indeed. Pretty much a massive game. It's live on the telly and I can't wait. I'll probably be doing a live stream for it as well. So that is something I'm looking forward to. Leeds, they've been quite impressive overall. They've had their ups and downs, but now they're starting to get the likes of Roof back from injury. They are starting to look good once again. Sheffield United, form's been up and down, and I feel they will struggle in this game, and I think Leeds will get the victory here. I'm going to go 2-1 to Leeds. They'll go top on 39 points before the rest of the games that kick off at 3 o'clock. So that's the first game, and then as always we have a whole bunch of 3 o'clock games. The first is Birmingham versus Preston. Birmingham, they are currently in 10th place after a 2-0 win at Millwall on Wednesday night. And a victory here could see them rise as high as 8th and take over Aston Villa, their big rivals, if results obviously went their way. 2 wins, 2 defeats and 1 draw in that time. Preston, their home form has been very good, and they are on a little bit of an unbeaten run. 2 wins and 3 draws. Preston, they're currently 19th best away form and 11th best home form. So it's going to be quite difficult for Preston, and I don't see there'll be a lot in the game. But I think because Birmingham are at home, I'm expecting them to just have the edge over Preston. So I'm going to go a 2-1 win for Birmingham. The next game is Blackburn versus Sheffield Wednesday. Wednesday, they've had a bit of a slow sort of month, I would say. 3 defeats, 1 draw and 1 win in their last 5 games. That win coming against Bolton, who haven't won, I think, since September. You know, it's been a long time since Bolton have won a game. Blackburn, 2 defeats in a row for them since coming back from the international break. 4-1 defeat at Preston and a 3-1 defeat at Wigan. Disappointing indeed for Tony Mowbray's men. However, they will be back at their favourite stadium, Ewood Park, and I expect them to get the win here against Sheffield Wednesday, who are just totally out of form. I'll go 2-0 to Blackburn in that one. Next, we have Bolton versus Wigan. A bit of a rivalry between these two, and Bolton will be absolutely desperate for something in this game. They have gone such a long time without winning. 4 defeats in their last 5 games. Defeats against sides that they should be beating as well. And I just can't see anything other than Wigan going there and winning. I'm going to go 2-0 to Wigan. Bolton, they don't score many goals, and it seems like it's not going to get any better under Parkinson, and I feel if they want to get out of this mess, I feel they probably need to get rid of their manager. However, they need something from this game, and if they were to get 3 points, it would be massive. They would climb out of the relegation zone, and things would be huge in terms of momentum. They really, really need a win. They need to get something from this game, and I feel if they don't, that Parkinson has got to be on his way out after that. Good win for them in midweek. Wigan 3-1 over Blackburn, and I feel they'll get another win. Derby County versus Swansea. Both teams suffered defeats in midweek. Swansea lost 2-1 to West Brom, and also had another defeat at home on Saturday to Norwich. Derby, they won in the weekend 2-1 against Sheffield Wednesday, and then lost 2-1 to Stoke. It's not a lot between these sides, only 5 points, but Derby's home form is usually pretty good. So that's why I think Derby will probably get the win. I'm going to go 3-1 to Derby County. Get back to winning ways after a defeat in midweek there. Norwich, the top of the table team, take on Rotherham. Norwich, they won 6 games in a row, and that finally came to an end this week on, I think it was Tuesday, against Hull. A 0-0 draw there. Rotherham, they are currently down in 19th and have drawn 4 of their last 5 games. They're picking up some very good points. Draws against QPR and Sheffield Utd, 2 sides that are in fine form. They also went to Preston, whose home form is very good, as I already stated, and got a very nice point there as well. I don't think there'll be a lot in it, but I think Norwich will just scrape past it. I think it'll be 1-0 to Norwich. Like I say, if you haven't already, feel free to get your predictions in the comments. Next, we have Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich. Ipswich, it's 2 defeats in 2 since the international break. A 3-2 defeat against Bristol City, and then a 2-1 defeat against West Brom. And it was the manner of that defeat that was really troubling for me. That Bristol City defeat, the goals they conceded, very poor from the goalkeeper, particularly the second one. If they wouldn't have conceded that one, maybe they would have gone on and won the game. Really disappointing for Ipswich. Nottingham Forest, they are in 6th place and will be delighted at how well their season is going. They had an incredible game on Wednesday. 5 apiece it finished at Villa Park. 2 wins and 3 draws in their last 5 games, and I can only see a Nottingham Forest win here, and a win could see them stay in those playoff positions. I'm going to go a 3-0 victory to Forest. I think Ipswich are done. I think they're going to get relegated now. I can't see anything else. QPR versus Hull City. QPR are in fine form, as they have been since the start of the season after those 4 games. 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat. They currently sit just outside the playoffs. Hull City, they've had 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat in their last 5 games and sit in the relegation zone. I think Hull will go there and get something. I really do. So I'm going to go 1 apiece, which I think would be an absolutely brilliant point for Hull City. And Nigel Atkins' side could potentially move out of the relegation zone with a point, and going there in the form that QPR are in and getting a point would be absolutely brilliant for the Tigers. Next, we have Reading versus Stoke. This is the final 3 o'clock game. Reading, they will be looking at getting 3 points at home after 2 draws and 1 defeat in their last 3 games. Stoke, they are starting to improve slowly but surely. 2 wins and 3 draws in their last 5 games, and they are currently unbeaten all, obviously, in those last 5 games. And they're starting to just be behind the pack of a sort of top 7. They're just behind there, and they're starting to pick up some really good points. And I can see them winning this game as well. I'm going to go 2-0 to Stoke. I think Stoke will be around there at the end of the season. I think they're just taking a while to get going. And if they're just outside the playoffs come January, they'll be able to improve their squad for that final push. So I don't think they're out of it by any stretch of the imagination. A couple of wins and they'll be right up there. So it could be a huge game if they were to beat Reading. Reading, they are in 20th place, and they will be looking to try and get something and get a win. Only 1 win in their last 5 games. But I'm going to go 2-0 to the Potters. Finally, Middlesbrough versus Aston Villa is the late game. What a great game this is going to be. Middlesbrough, they are in good form. 3 draws and 2 wins in their last 5 games. Unbeaten in those 5. 10 goals conceded. That's the lowest in the league. However, they have conceded, I believe, 2 in their last 2 games. 1 at Middlesbrough. 1 for Brentford, sorry, and 1 for Preston. Aston Villa, they've been in great form. 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. 3 wins on the bounce, followed by that 5-5. So they've looked very, very good so far. And I've been really, really impressed with them under Dean Smith. They look a lot more energetic. They look more attacking. They look more pacey. And I think this is going to be a really, really tough game for Middlesbrough. It will be very, very interesting to see how Aston Villa cope in this big game against Middlesbrough. A win here could see them, you know, rise even further up, looking to try and get in those playoff positions. I think this one will be tight and it could go either way. I'm going to put down a 1-1 draw between Middlesbrough and Aston Villa. But like I say, it could literally go absolutely any way. Very, very unpredictable game. And finally, there is a game on Sunday as well. Bristol City versus Millwall. Bristol City got a win after 4 defeats in a row at bottom of the table, Ipswich. Millwall, they have not won in their last 4 games, 3 defeats and 1 draw. I could only see a Bristol City win after that great comeback against Ipswich, and Millwall are also down there. I think that they'll have enough to beat Millwall. I'm going to go 2-1 to Bristol City. So that is your predictions. Thanks so much if you enjoyed the video. There aren't any games in midweek, so a big rest for the sides ready for next weekend's action. If you did enjoy the video, please smash the like button and subscribe if you are new around here. I really would appreciate it. Anyway, I hope you put your predictions down below. It would really be cool to see everyone else's predictions as well. But thanks so much for watching. My name is Mike and I will see you soon.